Have you ever had an experience where you taught your child something that's super important to you? It's a big concept in your life, and you can see that it would influence your child in a way that would help them in their life as well. And you teach this principle over and over, and it just doesn't seem to sink in to your child. Like they're not acting on it, they're not quite getting it. So I'm McKelle Wilcox, and this is my father, LaMonte Wilcox, and we'd like to talk to you about that today.
Because what's going on between you and your child and how you think is a really miraculous thing, and how they're taking on to your patterns of thinking has a huge influence, and so you can have a huge influence.
And being a parent is such a unique experience. To have that child that is just looking up to you all the time, watching every move that you do, and being able to have that influence on an individual. I mean, it's harder to have that influence on maybe another adult or someone who has already had this huge life experience and already thinks a certain way. It's harder to influence that person. So to start from zero and to help this child become this person is such an amazing opportunity.
So I spent over 2 years in a neuro clinic helping people who struggle with these mental patterns, helping them remap and rechange their brain. And as a parent, you are in the best situation possible of anyone else to help your child change and shift their brains and remap the way that they think. And you have the biggest influence on that. And so what we do is we help you learn that process of what you can do in your own brain that will affect their brain. And that's how the process works. That's why you're a key component to this. And that's why you're the one, better than any medication or any therapist or any kind of therapies that are out there can help your child. You're the one that has the biggest possibility of influencing them permanently so that it changes things for them forever.
And this even starts from the second trimester in the womb, that child is picking up those vibrations and that energy and thinking and feeling certain things because of that. And so it starts as super early on. So to be able to get ahead of that, to be able to understand what's coming, or maybe if you already have a child, to have that hope that you can still have that influence.
And no matter what stage you're at as a parent, it doesn't matter what stage you're at as a parent. If you have little young ones, if you have teenagers, if you have adults, if you have older adults with their own kids and you're a grandparent, this is key. This is why after these 2 years of working with people in the clinic, we realized that parents were the key. Parents were the key. That's why we're trying to encourage and reach out and educate parents, help them see that if they can train their brain, which we know how to do, train your brain differently, it will change your life, and in response to that, will change the life of your children. We've experienced it ourselves. This is my daughter McKelle, and I have 6 children, and we've done so much to help that process to do that. And actually, it's even powerful to people who aren't your children. So I also want to mention, if you're not a parent and you somehow ran into this, this is still incredibly powerful for you and anyone you want to influence. You might be raising your spouse. You might be raising your parents. You're probably raising yourself, right? So it applies in almost any situation. But parents are the ones that have such an influence on so many people that they're directly working with and are very motivated. So we want to help you with that motivation.
And you had parents as well, right? So being able to understand these concepts and these ideas, you can even analyze the past and the relationship that your parents had on you when you were growing up. And so to be able to see that is a super fun way of living, and being able to analyze that and go throughout life.
So if you've been struggling and you've been trying and you've been working and disciplining and trying to do all these things to make it work, but it just doesn't seem to be working, well, we can tell you right now, it's because your brain is not having enough fun. It's about living a life that you really want and getting that clarity around what that is. Your brain just needs clarity. And we know how to get that implanted in you. And that's the key. So we want to encourage you to come to an event, to click on one of the links below, to join one of our efforts in helping you gain more. Because taking an action is one of the biggest keys. Taking an action is one of the biggest keys. You take an action, you get reward for it. And you might not always be able to anticipate that reward or know exactly what it is, but I'm telling you, it's there. You know, you got that choice right now. You can take an action and do something right now so that your brain will start to change and start to learn, start to do things to influence others. or you can go back to what you were doing before. And, we say this all the time. It's totally up to you. It's your choice. We're just putting it out in front of you. If this resonates with you, not only take an action yourself to do something, but share it. Share this video. Share if you got this in an email, or if it's on YouTube or wherever you found it on social media, get it out to other people. Share it to them directly and talk to them about it, and bring more. It's so fun to have families and mother, father, daughter, mother, son, they come together, and that makes such a powerful difference. And if you haven't seen our testimonials, go to our website or go to our YouTube channel and look at some of those. And we hope to see you soon. The time is now to take action and do something.
Thanks for listening.